Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So do you remember yesterday when I said Binance wants to be the Walmart of cryptocurrency trading? I hadn't seen this article and I don't know if it came out after I said that or not 10 hours ago. I think it did because I recorded that video yesterday at about this time. So look at this. Binance has strategic acquisition discussions lined up for 2020. So this coming from A&B Crypto, and according to Binance CEO CZ, blockchain and crypto will be used everywhere in a way that is similar to the databases that are currently in use. This was revealed in a letter penned by the Binance CEO himself, one wherein he revealed his predictions for 2030. An excerpt from CZ's letter read, and I quote, "By 2030, not only will blockchain and crypto still be around, they will be everywhere. Crypto will be used to pay for self-driving versions of Uber. Crypto will be used to buy things from half a world away and have them delivered to you via drones. Crypto will be used to fund biotech research. Crypto will be used to fund ambitious projects like going to Jupiter." Okay, maybe not 2030, but who knows? The point CZ is making is that we are just at the beginning stages of this. And for you guys to be looking at your XRP right now and realizing, hey, why is it only 19 cents? Is short-sighted, because in the future, we will also derive value from our XRP. So let me continue on with this article. He also mentioned that cryptocurrencies will probably be used for identity with proper privacy controls. It can also be used for voting in elections and much, much more. Zooming in on 2020, CZ revealed that Binance will aim to enable fiat to crypto trading for 180 plus fiat currencies this year. The letter further stated that there were strategic acquisition discussions lined up for 2020, a few of which CZ claimed will have a major and significant impact. He added, "We are further decentralizing ourselves in every way, from our team structure, work locations, operations, product, and services. We are even drafting a new incentive structure to replace traditional ESOPs as we resemble more of a community than a company. We call this the ETOP, T for token. We will share this new idea with the world once we work out the details." So CZ looking to expand, obviously have some thoughts about acquiring some other trading platforms. So that will be exciting to see in this coming year. And yeah, these guys just kind of came out from nowhere, right? July 2017, Binance was first established and now the biggest cryptocurrency trading company on the planet. I personally love Binance, guys. I have a Binance affiliate link in the description if you want to open a Binance account. If you don't have one, I use it as a secondary account. It was the first time I bought XRP. They were the only cryptocurrency exchange that wasn't in shambles during the last bull run. I was able to buy XRP seamlessly, and at that time, you weren't able to buy XRP from many exchanges. So yeah, Binance, always been there for me. I use it again, like I said, as my secondary account. It's not a bad idea to have one. This from XRP Crypto Wolf. The Central Bank of Germany President Jens Wiedmann said instead of focusing on their own virtual currency, Wiedmann recommends that banks focus on reducing transaction processing times and also making it cheaper to send payments. They should call Ripple. Well, of course they should call Ripple. So in a world where we're seeing these central banks really focusing on, what we've got to have our central bank digital currency version of our fiat, and they're all kind of really focused on this. At least Wiedmann sees the bigger picture. So in this article, he says, instead of focusing on implementing their own virtual currency, Wiedmann recommends that banks focus on reducing transaction processing times and also making it cheaper to send payments. "I don't believe in always calling for the state right away. In a market economy, it is first up to the private companies to develop a corresponding offer for customer requests. It's also necessary to first define exactly what an e-euro should actually do." He continues by saying such internet companies with large platforms are a difficult topic for competition keepers. The large amount of data they hoard can give them advantages over smaller competitors. The federal government is therefore working on modernizing competition law. Another step would be to support citizens in determining how their data is used. So he goes on into another topic here, but ultimately, why are these central banks creating these digital currencies? I think they're looking at the whole space and they're realizing, well, the world is going digital. We have to do this. But realistically, they don't need to. And I think Wiedmann hits the nail on the head here. Banks should focus on reducing transaction and processing times and also making it cheaper. RippleNet is interoperable and it has the ability to do this, okay? Reduce transaction processing times and making it cheaper to send payments. Even if you wanted to use fiat, you could use anything. And this is the beauty of RippleNet. And I think there's still a little bit, or rather a lot, that some of these central banks could learn from Ripple Academy. I want to call it now Ripple learning academy, you know? You have to know everything about this new digital age before you start doing things like creating your own central bank-based cryptocurrency. Although these guys are going to do what they want to do. There's so many, like I've always been saying, there are so many moving pieces in this space, and I think that the Libra scare really did wake people up, wake these central bankers up to realize what the reality is in 2020. Nevertheless, Jens Wiedmann on the right track here, getting the German central bank to focus on the correct process. I also saw this from Matthew Liny on Twitter. That's at Matthew Liny. Bearing Point Solutions ABACUS 360 banking solution looks to be XRP enabled. They are one of the largest tech consultants in Europe. And yeah, so many of us in North America might not be familiar with ABACUS 360, their standard software for financial risk management, valuation, and asset liability management. Huge company in Europe, and looks like they are using a distributed ledger with consistent data model, ABACUS DLT. The distributed ledger technology provides the possibility to strongly improve regulatory reporting. And here's a flowchart to that effect here. We've also got another flowchart here demonstrating some solutions, proposed solution here with some diagrams. Guys, I'm not going to go through this in detail. I will leave it in the description. I always do. If you want to read further, but this last slide here, training Corda blockchain trading for developers. So DLT banking solutions, I think it's XRP enabled. It doesn't spell it out for us, but you know, when you point to the pieces of the puzzle and you see how they fit together, it always tends to get more obvious and obvious with the more information we gather. My buddy XRP_Canada sent me this, okay? This from Cobra Info, at Cobra Info 1 on Twitter. Some people are expecting the collapse of Deutsche Bank around January 15th. And he links to this document here, okay? This from Hong Kong News, 5 signs of Deutsche Bank collapse. And guys, this is significant because this is a very influential bank in Europe. So let me read you some of this. The International Monetary Fund was the first to warn about it as being the largest net contributor to systemic risks to the global financial system. When the Deutsche Bank collapse will happen, the rest of the global financial system will shake and turn into an economic collapse. So they're stating this here. And the IMF warned about it. There's a simple rule. When it comes down to banking trouble, the louder someone in the government ministry insists on TV that everything is just fine, the bigger the problem really is. For instance, if a government minister says that everything is fine with a bank, you know it's not. It's terrible enough that a government minister would feel the need to say anything at all. So when he does, you know it's a red flashing sign. Some of the English in this translation, because it's from the Hong Kong News translation, isn't the best, but guys, I'm going to continue to read through it because the point they're making is actually really interesting. Deutsche Bank, which goes by the symbol DB on the New York Stock Exchange, could be a contrarian's dream. Just because something is cheap and is down 84% doesn't make it a good buy. Dropping share prices signal that a company is in danger and that a potential stock market crash is on the horizon. So what's wrong with Deutsche Bank? I keep saying Dutch Bank. I mean to say Deutsche Bank. Well, everything is wrong with Deutsche Bank. And then it gives a whole list of reasons here. They were talking about the stock price, and guys, this is Deutsche Bank on the monthly. And guys, this was the financial crisis of 07-08, okay? It took a dive, rebounded, but never really back to its ultimate top. From then, we just saw a cascading effect downwards. And guys, if you look at any other banking stock from any other country, other than some of those big American banks, of course, that went bankrupt for good, you could see that ultimately, though, bank share prices did rebound. You know, if you look at TD Bank, let's say Toronto Dominion, right? This was the crash of 2007, 2008, and then boom, right back up, along with the rest of the stock market. But Deutsche Bank paints a different picture. And yeah, this just shows you that this company does look like it is in trouble. So let me just go down here for a sec. When Lehman failed, it nearly took down the entire financial system. Deutsche Bank is of similar scale and importance. You might argue it's actually more substantial, though I think at that point it's basically irrelevant. If you're big enough to bring down the entire financial system, then you're large enough. When will the Deutsche Bank collapse happen? At least in the same way that Lehman failed, then every other financial institution will face the same questions and economic collapse will hit the world. So what they're in effect saying here is that this could have the same effect that Lehman Brothers had on the financial structure. A liquidity crisis, and could that in effect create a cryptocurrency boom? Could we see a spec run, people dumping their money into Bitcoin, and then of course, we'll see that money flow into other cryptocurrencies, namely the top ones on the list. Let me just bring up this coin market cap here, and guys, as you know, when there is a cryptocurrency boom, people who, have never invested in cryptocurrency before will look up cryptocurrencies, and sure enough, they'll see this page at some point or something similar, some similar page to this. And they'll look, well, what are the top cryptocurrencies? Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Tether. Well, no, Tether's a stable coin. Let's not get into that. Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, EOS, Binance Coin. So they'll think to invest in something that they'll see near the top of the list. They will not go and scroll all the way down here and be like, okay, let me buy some Kyber network coin. I mean, maybe they will, but what I'm saying is chances are, if you're new to this space and you're getting into cryptocurrency, you're going to get into one of these. The first glance cryptocurrencies that you see. It's the same thing with a Google search. When you go on Google, who goes to the third page of Google to find a search result? Not many people. So could this potential collapse? And if it happens, first of all, how far reaching will it go? Second, will it affect markets further than Europe and North America? And third, how will it affect cryptocurrency? But not only that, fourth, as we've kept saying in this space, will it affect liquidity, and will XRP come to the rescue at that point? Will there be enough time? Will cryptocurrency regulation have come far enough so that XRP can save the day? I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.